Namaste to all my viewers. Welcome to Deep Astro Universe channel. Today I'll be talking about all the Lagnas and what kind of effect impact they will be getting in November 2023. As you have seen, I have already uploaded for all the Lagnas in of whatever will be happening in November 2023 for them in Hindi. Now I'm going to upload it in English. So before I begin, I would like to tell you that this is the whole festive season going on, and you all have already seen in my videos that I have already talked about how many shifts are happening. First, the major shift is of Rahu and Ketu. Then is Saturn, which is getting direct. Then in December also Jupiter is also getting direct. So lot of things are happening, and even new events are going to trigger for all the lagnas in November and December. This will impact your next year, and it will be quite stable. So you need to check out which area is getting impacted depending on your Mahadasha and Antardasha. So first I will begin with Aries. Now for Aries Lagna people, your 11th, 12th and first house is getting impacted majorly because 11th house, where Saturn is getting direct from 4th of November in Aquarius sign, and in Pisces sign you have got Rahu, and similarly in the sign of Aries you have got Jupiter. Now this is impacting your 11th, 12th and first house. Why I'm saying that? Because first Saturn in the first half of November it will be in Dhanishta nakshatra, which is the nakshatra of Mars, and Mars is firstly in the first half will be in your Libra sign in 7th house, and Mars will be in the nakshatra of Jupiter. So and Jupiter is sitting in the first house. Now the first house, 7th house and 11th house is getting impacted. That means what is going to happen if you wanted to start a new business, or you wanted to get married, then this time is majorly impacting in these areas, because whenever 7th house and 11th house get somewhere impacted by these major planets and shifts, then the chances of getting married or starting a new business with lot of gains when you get married, you get a lot of gifts and dowries and all those things, and when you start a business you start getting gains from there also, and a lot of new social circles. So this will impact these areas. Now in the second half, your Saturn will be in Rahu Nakshatra, and Rahu is sitting in your 12th house, and the depositor of Rahu, which is Jupiter, is sitting in your first house. Now, from the second half of November, your 11th, 12th, and 1st will get impacted. Now, whatever gains, whatever desires, whatever fulfillments, whatever opportunities you wanted, you will get those opportunities, desires, and a lot of, gains from foreign land, foreign people, foreign kind of things, MNCs, if you wanted to work in hospital, all those things, and if you wanted to get into spirituality, those kind of things. But this will impact your 11th and 12th house. Even those who are into those kind of fields where a lot of social media is involved, and you get a lot of gains uh, through foreign things, these social media things where you get money and all, this is all foreign. So it's a 12th house. So whenever this 11th and 12th get activated, you get huge chances of getting into with those people who are foreign, and getting gains and opportunities through them, or even if you wanted to start an export import business, those kind of things may also fructify. So it will also impact your own physical appearance, and you might, because of a lot of gains, because of your you might, because Jupiter is in the first house, you might gain a little bit, or you might start looking, you start glowing. That glow, that Jupiter like glow might come, and it will somewhere impact your overall weight also. You might gain little bit of weight during this time. But when the Jupiter will shift to Taurus next year April, this will give you opportunities of lot of savings, and a lot of those things where you can actually get money and also save it for your stability and long duration. Now, another thing is that Mars in the second half will be shifting to Scorpio sign. So from there, Mars will be aspecting Saturn with the fourth aspect, and Saturn will be aspecting Mars from the 10th aspect. So this is an energy exchange. I have already made a video on it. This energy exchange for a short duration of time might help you get lot of things in your life. That too, that transformation of getting job and opportunities, gains, and all those things will be very quick, because 8th house and 11th house will exchange their energy. So everything will be sudden, transformative. And if you were going through the dark side of your life, the the uh, some hurdles were there in your life, suddenly you will see an upliftment, some kind of gains, opportunities from somewhere. Those kind of things might happen. Then if I talk about the other planets like Venus, Sun, Mercury, those all are going to give good impact. Like Venus will be debilitated for most of the time this month in your sixth house. So you need to take care of your health. Only a small kind of issue that too related to your cough and cold. These kind of issues might come. And they can easily be treated if you take care of your health. Then coming to Sun and Mercury, this will be majorly shifting to either first in Libra, then in Scorpio. So the Buddhaditya Yoga will be there. It is very good. It will be impacting your Libra sign and then Scorpio sign. So ultimately, you will get chances of getting good transformation, especially for money related transformation and upliftment of your savings, and upliftment in your status, and even the opportunities for getting a lot of gains from hidden sources through research. All those things, you might get very research oriented also at this time. Okay, your mind get very research oriented, and you might get money through FDs, mutual funds, or some other hidden sources. Or as I said, majorly it is talking about either you might get married during this time and you get dowry and a lot of gains, or you might even start a business. It is impacting your seventh house majorly, because Saturn is also impacting your first house, then your fifth house, and even your eighth house. So these all, and sitting in 11th house, it is actually affecting these houses. So somewhere you're getting chance of lot of money through hidden sources, unexpected money. Okay, those kind of things. Now another thing that I would like to tell over here, that Rahu and Ketu are shifting. So Ketu is in will be in your sixth house. So this will be impacting on your career front, especially when Ketu is in sixth house. It hinders you in your daily life, daily routine life, and even you might get distant with your maternal family. Then talking about Rahu in 12th house, it will affect especially if you get what I should say, Rahu over here in 12th house give you a lot of opportunities related to foreign places and something like that if you were looking to get a job in MNCs. But still, try to aloof yourself from those people who give you wrong suggestion, guidance, because ultimately you will find that they might turn out to be some kind of fraudsters, or you might lose certain amount of money due to these people. Okay, so when Rahu is in your 12th house, beware of these fraudsters, these fraud people. Especially they manipulate because it's a sign of Jupiter. So they will actually manipulate in a very way. They are going to you know they will, maybe they will suggest you something, and you might feel like doing or investing your money into wrong places, something like that, because it's ultimately the side of Jupiter. So Rahu sitting over here, someone who will be like a Jupiter type, someone, a wise man, could even misguide you to invest your money at wrong places. So make sure that you use your brain for the time being and don't get trapped by these people. So this was for Aries Lagna. Now coming to Taurus Lagna. Taurus Lagna people, this November, major houses that are getting impacted are 10th house, 11th house, and 12th house. the 10th house, where Saturn is getting direct, it is giving you lot of opportunities to increase your status, especially career related opportunities. You might suddenly get lot of good good opportunities in your career. And even if some kind of result was pending, or you were waiting for some call or call letter from any company institute, then you might get a good job during this time. And because 11th house is also getting impacted, then this will give you a lot of gains. But make sure, because Rahu is sitting in 11th house, Rahu is very good over there. But one thing you need to keep in mind is it gives you a lot of desires. Your desires won't end, because you will have lot of opportunities from here and there. And this might confuse you. 11th house is all about desires, you know. So when Rahu sits over there, uh, it is like just head of that Rakshas. So what it will do is, when you get something, your desire is fulfilled, now you will think of something else, because the hunger of Rahu doesn't end over here. It like it wants to feed itself more and more, more and more. So ultimately, you have to put a stoppage to it. But your desires might explode all of a sudden. I should say that explode all of a sudden. Keep make sure that you don't get easily deceived by any such things, you know. Lot of opportunities will come, but make sure to use your mind before taking risk in any of such opportunities, because you might get deceived. Okay, then because Ketu is sitting in the 5th house, it will hinder in your relationship, and even a relationship with your boyfriend, girlfriend, even with your children. And if you are kid, then it might hinder your basic education. You might not concentrate on your studies. Then even your creative side will be active, but still you will use your creative side, but still relationship wise this will hinder a lot with your near and dear ones, with your kids and all this. And if you're a kid, then your education might get hindered during this time. And then because the depositor of Rahu is sitting in the 12th house, all the opportunities and these kind of things, gains will might come from foreign land, foreign places, foreign people also. So this could be MNC also, or some foreign places. If you are one state, maybe from some another state. Now one thing you need to keep in mind is that because Saturn in the first half of November will be in the Dhanishta nakshatra of Mars, and Mars will be sitting in the sign of Libra, and in that sign Mars will be nakshatra of Jupiter. Jupiter will be aspecting 6th house from 12th house, where it is right now. So what it's going to do with this Mars and Jupiter exchange of energy? It is impacting your 6th house and 12th house. So ultimately, Jupiter is will still be giving you a lot of chances to do good charity work, and do spiritual work, and even invest money in lot of things, new things. Especially if you wanted to start a career, daily routine career, you might invest over there. You might invest money over there for service for others, you know, like those kind of jobs where you will feel like investing something over there. Or you might even take debt at this time, or even you might invest your money in FDs or mutual funds, because you will see that things are now turning in your favor, and because opportunities will start coming, and even because these things will be like that, you might feel investing and securing your money for a proper growth. So this Jupiter and Mars exchange of energy, 6th and 12th, will affect your money and your daily routine career. Make sure that you invest your money at proper place. You might feel like investing in all those things. You might feel like taking debt for something new. You might invest money into charity or volunteering something. In all those things, spirituality or daily routine work you are doing, there also you can invest. Okay, so I would say, though this exchange of energy is not bad at all, because I would say Rahu and Jupiter are friendly with each other. I'd still say things will be better than the past period you have dealt with, those 18 months. But still, I would say, keep in mind that you don't invest unnecessarily in these kind of things. You need to keep intact with your money. Now, talking about Saturn, for the first half of November, it's in Dhanishta Nakshatra, and Mars will be in the nakshatra of Jupiter, and the Jupiter and Mars will be exchanging energy. But in later half, Saturn will be in Rahu Nakshatra of which is Shatabisha, in the nakshatra of Shatabisha, which is nakshatra of Rahu, and Rahu will be sitting in 11th house, and depositor of Rahu will be in your 12th house. So overall, 10th, 11th, and 12th will be getting impacted. Then one more energy exchange is there, that is between Mars and Saturn. Now, Mars in the second half will be shifting to Scorpio sign, and from there it will be aspecting your Saturn. Saturn is in 10th house, Mars will be in the Scorpio sign. This is the exchange of energy between 10th and 7th. So, what can happen? Majorly, things, if you wanted to start something new in your career, new business also. Okay, that exchange of energy is there. So you might even get a good career opportunity, good job, and you might even start a business, both of these things. Or you might even start a new career in the form of a business, or you get both the things, a job opportunities from somewhere, some foreign distant place where you have to go travel, or you might start a business. So both of these, this exchange of energy is talking about this 7th and 10th. So ultimately it will be from the far away place, but it will give you good gains. Okay, ultimately good gains. Now, I have already talked about Rahu, Ketu, and these Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Then we'll talk about Sun and Mercury conjunction, which is happening in Libra sign, and then second half in the Scorpio sign, which is also very good. So if I talk about the Libra sign, their Sun actually gets debilitated. So in Libra sign, when Sun is debilitated, it will somewhere affect your health. So because it's a small duration, so majorly what kind of health issues might occur? This could be related to your immunity, or some cough and cold, these kind of things, because as you can see, season is changing, and most of the people are getting affected by these diseases. So I would say, take care of your health, because this is a small duration of time. After that, Sun will be entering your Scorpio sign along with Mercury, making a Buddha Aditya Yoga. So there it will be very strong energy in the 7th house. So if you wanted to get married also, the chances are fructifying for you during this November. Now, talking about Venus, Venus will be debilitated in November, but in fifth house. Now, fifth house is the house of the skills, your creativity. There, Venus is getting debilitated. So ultimately, though it is getting debilitated, but it's a it's your first house lord. Now, first house lord sitting in fifth house, in this house of creativity and skills. That means it's a Raj Yoga. First house sitting in fifth house. It's a Raj Yoga. It's a very good sign. But because it is getting debilitated, one thing you need to keep in mind is all the creativity, all the skills that are you are going to use at this time. Make sure that those skills and creativity help you get good result. You do not waste your time on those things. Instead, utilize it properly, that it impact you in a long term. Like some people, what they do is, like, I'm giving just an example how it can affect positively and how it can affect negatively. Suppose uh, you are making just baseless videos for YouTube. You want to do something really creative. You're making a TikTok dance videos and you're putting on the internet. This is just wastage of your skill. And if you really want to do something in dancing and singing, then make a proper video of dancing and singing. Then you can put it on internet and on social media. This will impact you in a bigger scale rather than making these TikTok videos of dance and singing and acting. They are not going to fructify. So what I wanted to say, how this Venus in fifth house getting debilitated but still in a Raj Yoga will impact. You will be able to use your skills and creativity, but sometimes this will be wasted. Okay, it's of no use. So um, make your skills and creativity for a purpose that it impacts you in the long term and gives you lot of gains. Okay, so this was all for Taurus, November 2023. Then coming to about Gemini Lagna. For Gemini Lagna, majorly your ninth house, 10th house, and 11th house is getting impacted. Ninth house where Saturn is getting direct, 10th house where Rahu will be there. Rahu in 10th house, it's said as Rahu das mein duniya bas mein. It's a very good indication for you for the next 1.5 year in your career front. Then your bhagya is also your means your luck is favoring you because Saturn is in your ninth house, and your 11th house is getting affected. Now, first I will talk about Saturn. Saturn in the first half will be in the Dhanishta Nakshatra, Nakshatra of Mars. Mars is in your Libra sign. Libra sign is in your fifth house. Now, Mars in the first half will be in Nakshatra of Jupiter, and Jupiter is in the sign of Aries. Now, Aries in your 11th house. So, 11th house and 5th house in the first half of November getting impacted. So, how it will affect? It will affect like because Saturn is also there in the ninth house. So, ninth, 5th, and 11th getting affected. It's very good indication. Means through your past karmas and your present karmas and through your luck, you will get lot of gains and opportunities. So, make sure to utilize this time, the first half of November. And it's a very good indication also because fifth and 11th energy is exchanging. Along with that, fifth and ninth house energy is also getting impacted majorly when Mars will transit to Scorpio sign, and from there it will be aspecting Saturn, and Saturn will be aspecting Mars. That time period of 7 days, 7 to 8 days, will be very strong period of time. And you know what can happen is because sixth house and ninth house will be getting impacted. Now, sixth house is about your career also, and even your daily routine job. Now, daily routine job, and ninth is all about higher education, travel, your gurus, your even pilgrimages, and your father, and even change in your life. Change, any kind of change. Okay, so that kind of change might come. And people who are looking for jobs in like in all the sectors of uh, surgeons, lawyer, all these daily routine job, 9 to 5 daily routine job, these come under the sixth house. And even uh, who were looking for, I mean to say, some changes, who wanted to crack government exam also, because it's eighth house. Sorry, this Scorpio sign in sixth house where Mars is sitting. Mars sitting in sixth house. Over here, Mars give you lot of competitive energy. It's very good sign for Mars. So Mars will actually activate your competitive energy, and you might crack an interview, or even you get your desired job. You even crack an interview and pass an exam also, cause some competitive exam, because this sixth house and ninth house is getting affected. Means ninth house is also luck. Your luck will also favor this at this time. So make sure to utilize this energy. Then coming to Saturn. Saturn in the second half will be after most of the end of November, will be in nakshatra of Rahu, which is Shatabisha. Now, Shatabisha nakshatra is of Rahu, which is also called as thousand healers. Okay, this like a magician. Now, Rahu will be sitting in your 10th house, and depositor of Rahu will be in your 11th house. Ultimately, 9, 10, and 11 are getting impacted, which is a very good indication. You through your luck, you will get a good job status, and with lot of gains, opportunities, new kind of friend circle. Okay, then talking about other signs, because Rahu will be in your 10th house, then Ketu will be in your 4th house. So it will be impacting your happiness, your family life, your mother, all those things. So you will be getting separated from them, or you don't have time for your motherland, or your happiness, because you are so much concentrated on your career. Okay, you will get a good job at this time, and that requires a lot of hard work, because Rahu is sitting in the 10th house. Then uh, in 10th house, majorly Saturn, Rahu, Sun, and Mars, they give really very good result. But you need to work very hard. Rahu and Saturn ask you to work very hard over there. Sun ask you to follow the rules and regulations, be in your duty, perform your duty. Sun is also like taking one step ahead in your life. Be always ready to act like a king, you know. Sun is like that. Mars says you need to fight in your career to rise, you know. You need to be competitive to rise in your life. So these planets when in 10th house give you very good result, but you need to be like them. You need to work hard, you need to work according to them. Saturn says be serious. Rahu says use your mind in a very different cunning way, out of the box in thinking like a scientist. You need to think like a scientist, you know. Magicians, Rahu sitting in 10th house tells you to think like a magician. Scientists, researchers, think like them. Saturn asks you to be very serious, hardworking, and practical. Okay, this also. Then Sun says, be like a king, be like a ruler. How king behaves? Be the first one to take step in your life, in your career. Be the first one. Mars says, fight, be competitive. These things. Now talking about the sun and mercury, because sun and mercury will be first in libra sign in the fifth house. This is though sun is debilitated, but sun over here in the fifth house won't affect that much because buddhaditya yoga is there, and it will be impacting your fifth house, and it's really good. It's not bad at all, though it's debilitated, but still it's good. Fifth house is like sun over here is means in Kalpurush Kundli, fifth house is of Leo sign, and Sun over here doesn't behave like a debilitated, you know, like being debilitated. It's not debilitated, even though it's a sign of Virgo, but still it will behave like it's in Leo, okay, in the fifth house. So this Buddhaditya Yoga in the fifth house of Gemini, Lagna people will be really good for them. Then when it will shift into the sixth house, Scorpio sign, there it might be little bit difficult, especially because sixth house is also about your health. Make sure you don't get affected by this cold and cough during this time, because season is changing. Something might happen, and that could be related to your bad health too. And one more thing, because sun is over here, then ego clashes could be there with your in your friend circle or family members, something like that. So make sure don't have ego clashes, don't have fights, or because mercury is also involved, don't fight with your family, with your mother. All those things keep intact, so that your relationship is always loving and caring. Okay, so I have already covered most of the planets. Talking about venus, venus is debilitated throughout november in your fourth house. Now fourth house over there, venus, it's not going to affect majorly. The only thing you need to keep in mind is your mother might face uh, bad health issues, maybe related to cough and cold, because venus is there. And it's the sign of virgo, and kalpurush kundli, it's a sign of cancer. So somewhere it will be affecting your mother's health. That's it, not much issues. Okay, this time will be very less, and venus here won't impact majorly for the time it is in your fourth house. Only it will be impacting your mother's health. That's it, nothing else. Or it could disturb your your, if you have children, then it can disturb your their life, not your life. They can go far away from you. Okay, not so it's not going to affect much in your life. So venus is majorly impacting your fourth house, and here it won't give you very bad results or something like that. It's just going to affect your mother's health. That's it, not some major issues. Now talking about cancer lagna, for cancer lagna people, your 8th house, 9th house, and 10th house is getting affected majorly. 8th house, Saturn will be getting direct. 9th house, Rahu will be there, and 10th house, Jupiter will be there. So when 8th house Saturn is there, it is affecting your 10th house from third aspect, then second house, and your fifth house. Now what will happen? First, Saturn will be in Dhanishta nakshatra, nakshatra of Mars in the first half. Now Mars is sitting in the libra sign, and Mars in libra sign will be in nakshatra of Jupiter. Jupiter is in your 10th house. So fourth house and 10th energy is getting exchanged along with your 8th house. So there could be transformation in your career, and due to which your home life will get disturbed, your happiness or something like that. Your home life is getting disturbed because of this, but your career is seeing new transformations. Okay, so this is possible in the first half. Then one more thing will happen when Saturn will be in Dhanishta Nakshatra. Mars will shift to Scorpio sign, and from there it will be aspecting Saturn, and Saturn will be aspecting Mars. So there will be exchange of energy between fifth house and eighth house. Now, what will impact? Some transformation in the life of your children could happen, and even some up and down over there in that area. And fifth house is also about relationships. So some struggle in your relationships. Okay, and even if you wanted to see a change in your life, that there could be change in your life all of a sudden. And that could be, for some people it could be like a downfall. For some people it could be like a sudden upliftment in their life. Anything is possible in a relationship or even in career or something like that. So it's majorly impacting your fifth and eighth energy. Now, in the later half of November, Saturn will be in Shatabisha Nakshatra of Rahu. Rahu is sitting in your ninth house, and depositor of Rahu will be in your 10th house. So 8th, ninth, and 10th getting activated. So what it will affect? It will affect your luck. So all of a sudden your luck may rise, or all of a sudden it may also uh, uh, let you see the downfall of your life. You might get defamed, or you might see a downfall in your career or something like that, or you might see a sudden upliftment also. Both the things might occur because of this energy, because Saturn is sitting in your eighth house. But because Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius, it's a Mool Trikona sign. Means it's one of the good sign for Saturn, so its own sign. And here it will be in the nakshatra of Rahu. Rahu is sitting in your ninth house, and Aquarius sign is also Mool Trikona sign of Rahu. Both behave in the same manner, and eighth house is actually the house of Saturn and Rahu. So they are very research oriented planets. If you are into research or activities which involve research and analysis, like all the PhD people or into scientists, researchers, astrologers, numerologists, or people who are CA also, they also research a lot, even in the raw agents, or somebody where you involve income tax and excise duty officers, CBI. These all are research. These are all research analysis subjects. History. If you are into all these things, then this will be brilliant time for you. If you wanted to do PhD, this is a very good time for you. If you wanted to see a change in your career, this is a very good time for you. So look for the change. Now, talking about, because Rahu is in your ninth house, Ketu is in your third house, how it will be impacting. You might see you are getting distant from your siblings, means younger siblings, because Ketu is in your third house. You might feel like uh, that you are not able to use your skills properly, especially your speaking, writing, reading skills during this time. And you don't feel like speaking much, writing much, reading much, and even digitally also. And you won't feel like interacting much with your younger siblings. But because Rahu is in your ninth house, you might travel a lot to distant places, and even places near to water bodies. Some people say that Rahu in ninth house even help you travel to places near to river Ganga, that also. And even to higher uh, those mountain pilgrimage which are there in the mountain areas, those kind of pilgrimages where you can travel during this time. So this Rahu will help you travel a lot, especially to these places where water bodies are present, because Pisces sign is there, and Rahu is uh, affecting your ninth house and Pisces sign. So majorly travels will be near to some water bodies. So this was all for Cancer ascendant. As I have told you, this is a very good time for you to see a new change, a new shift in your life. But make sure that you utilize this time in increasing your income, resources, and deep diving into uh, lot of research activities that will help you a lot. If you deep dive into subjects which is which are areas related to your work, then definitely you are going to get lot of gains and new opportunities, and even you will see new changes in your life. So this was all for these four ascendants: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. uh, we will uh, Thank you so much. If you really like these videos, then please do subscribe to my channel, Deep Astro Universe.